Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have been paying attention to the crypto market, the last 24 hours have been a little scary because you can see that majority of the altcoins, including Bitcoin, have experienced a very strong outflow of cash, and Bitcoin broke below the critical support of 80,000 and now is trying extremely hard to stay over 75. But why did this happen now, and why didn't it just happen when Trump actually announced the tariffs? Well, this is the first Monday after the tariffs actually went live. And a lot of people are actually saying on Twitter this is going to be the Black Monday. There's going to be so much chaos, and that's exactly what we are experiencing. Over the weekend there was a little bit of settlement in the crypto market, but as majority of the markets closed, including stock market, currency market, and also every single precious metal and commodities, well, crypto was going to be something people are going to be paying very close attention to. So in simple terms, what happened is over the weekend, a lot of whale groups must have announced that, let's just say, we're going to be selling. And when that sell occurred, or a lot of selling from whales occurred in a short period of time, a lot of long traders must have been liquidated, which are going very hard. And after that, obviously the pullback broke below 80,000 for Bitcoin, and panic started to take over the crypto market. On the other end, 92,000 Bitcoin have been withdrawn from exchanges just in the past month. So these whales are expecting to hold for the long term. And President Trump says oil prices are down, interest rates are down, food prices are down, there is no inflation. At the same time, Dogecoin shatters the 15-cent support, Black Monday bloodbath fears the surge, and Hong Kong SFC allows licensed crypto firms to provide staking services. Before we get into the full details, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with the crypto market, just scroll down, tap the red subscribe button, especially turn on your notification so you can stay up to date with the latest and the greatest news first. And while you're there, slap a like on the video, just help the YouTube algorithm push the video out to more people. More people are paying attention to what's happening in the crypto market, they decide to buy into it, it starts backing up, and all of us make a lot of profit. I know currently it looks a little bit hard to believe, but let me tell you a little bit of a story in terms of what's currently happening. If we just look at, and let's just take Dogecoin for example to give you a little bit of conceptual idea, because Dogecoin did experience a very strong sell-off, and that's just in the last 24 hours. It went into a downtrend, and you can see it's very clear that the downtrend was forming, but there were only two spikes which were very extreme, and the last one, which pretty much happened about 6 hours ago, there was a really strong sell-off. And now if you just pay attention to the open interest, it should give you a little bit of perspective. 15% drop in the open interest, and then liquidations for the long traders, 27 million. And now on the other end, if you look at Bitcoin, you can see it's down 3%, but the liquidations for the long traders is nearly 340 million, and majority of it came from one platform, and that's Bybit. Now, does this give you perspective? What I'm trying to say is Bybit did not just do a huge liquidations of about 184 million, while other exchanges are close to 50 if it's just the users. So you guys know all the hacking and everything that happened with Bybit. Now, when that hacking happened, they obviously had to recover a lot of that fund and actually repay to their users. Well, they went very hard on the leverage trade, and you can see that has paid off really badly, because when the market did decide to shift the other way as the whales sold, where their leverage position liquidated very quickly, and close to $180 million was lost for the long traders. And the long to the short ratio right now for Bitcoin is sitting at close to 61%, so there is a little bit of a positive trend that's starting to form. So this should give you perspective. This is why I was trying to give you a little bit of an idea. Long positions were liquidated in a very large manner, and Bybit is the best example for that. Even if you look on Dogecoin, the largest one still came from Bybit. I'm not saying all of it came from the exchange, but majority of it probably did, because the exchange was trying extremely hard to recover as much funds they possibly can. Now, Bitcoin has just flashed a death cross as the 50-day SMA dipped below the 200-day SMA. This technical signal often precedes extended downtrend. Now let me give you one thing. The reason the crypto market was actually holding so strong, now we know that we were stuck between the demand zone of 80,000 to 84,000 for a very long period of time, because a lot of whales were trying to help the market stay in a bull market. Now, a little bit of sell-off caused those heavy leverage takers to be liquidated. Now that is the reason why the market shifted down, but will it be able to recover back to 80,000 quickly? That will very heavily depend on what kind of impact the majority of the countries are going to take when it comes to these tariffs. Now, if you just, go on this page and look, Singapore stock market is bad. China, Taiwan, Japan, everyone is in struggles. UK, Germany. So you know that majority of these people are trying to get in contact with Trump as soon as possible to try to lift the tariffs for their own country. So what kind of implementations will go through in the next coming month? April is going to be a big month to come to some sort of conclusion. And Thailand Stock Exchange temporarily bans short trading because they do not want to have people put too much heavy leverage trade on the short to even crash the market even harder. And is Dogecoin ready for a breakout after hitting this key support? Now, let me tell you one thing about Dogecoin. It's going to be heavily dependent on the way Bitcoin is going to perform. But another thing that is important is how the news which are going to be coming out in the near term future are going to be impacting the crypto market, because currently it's not just the whales which are running the market. It's more like the news are having a little bit of control while the whales are having a lot less control. That's probably the right word to use it. And as Bitcoin headed for 72,000, Dogecoin price hits a critical support. Shiba Inu whales take control. Now, currently Doge just was able to rebound from 13 cents, and let me tell you one thing, this was a sort of a support that Doge was able to find, and the Doge developers, the brains making Doge legit. I mean, while the market is still struggling, it's very clear to see that the Dogecoin developers are coming up with as much utility as possible to ensure that Dogecoin stays relevant in the long term. And crypto market wipes 300 billion over the weekend. That's a lot of money that was taken away, and if you just look at the market cap, it's very clear that is true. And Dubai land regulator teams up with crypto watchdog to drive the real estate tokenization. Real estate tokens are definitely going to be doing well in the future, but currently the way the crypto market is focusing, honestly, I see those comments saying, Sky, which token should be the best one to buy? At the rate where we are moving, we're still in a bull market. You need to understand that. So it doesn't matter what token you buy, just buy anything in the top 100 and they're all going to perform well. Despite the fact that we're sitting in a bull market and the market is performing this badly, there's definitely a lot more room for the entire market to grow. Everything's going to be following Bitcoin, but if you want to make a little bit more money, maybe going for something with a lower market cap would be a better shot. And Bitcoin crash sparks a 1 billion liquidations as fear in the grid index hits extremely low. And whenever the fear is at its peak, probably the perfect time to buy. If you ask me, DCA is your favorite word to learn about. Other than that, everything I said today is not financial advice, just my personal opinion. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.